Hey, everybody, I'm Aslan. He's Michael Langston. It's warchant.com. It's Warchant TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, lower right corner of your screen underneath Michael. Subscribe to the website. Really, Warchant 30 gets all the info before it drops on YouTube, PRB style. Or, you can hit the thumbs up button in any event. Show us that you appreciate it. Michael, let's get right to it. We kept talking about how big of a weekend this was. Something like 10 official visitors, but it's really not a big weekend, in my estimation, unless you get a commitment. Well, they got one already out the way.
Yeah, they got one, and they got one when most of the guys already arrived there on Friday. But Trevion arrived on Thursday. He started his official visit on Thursday. And then tonight at Norvell's house, I think people can go to PRB and can see the video they put up that he committed to the staff in front of everybody. I think all the recruits are there, and so he committed in front of just everybody. So this is a surprise. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I did not know about this or this coming. There's three or four other guys, but this was one that I didn't have on there. So I think this is a surprise, and I wouldn't be surprised if I think FSU felt like they had a good shot, but I don't think they felt they would be able to just knock it out of the park like this.
How about it, my guy? Crystal Springs, Mississippi, man. Copiah County, stand up. Let's go, Tiger Nation. What do you think he brings to the field for Florida State? What do you think they got him pegged as?
Yeah, I think it's going to be defensive end. Probably he could play either position at the defensive end because I think he's more like 6'5" now. So he can play whatever side you want him on, strong side or weak side. That's kind of been still up in the air what position or exactly he'll play. Or we'll know that tomorrow morning when we ask him. But I think it's probably, if I had to guess, I'd probably go with weak side, just because he can do a lot of different things. The way he gets off blocks, the way how fast and violent his hands are. I mean, people that watch his film, and when he gets off blocks, he crushes people. I mean, he is just all over the field. So massive surprise for FSU to get this one done, and pull this one out. I always said in our visit preview that this was one of the more intriguing ones because he visited FSU early for the elite camp, and he really said, I was shocked how much I loved it here. He loved the culture. He loved the being around the different people, and you could tell he really liked being coached up by these FSU coaches, especially Coach JP, who did a really good job here. Also, a big assist to Chris Marv, who was previously at Mississippi State and did a really good job of pulling this guy in. So those two guys, I think, just knocked it out of the park this week. And as we've seen with these visits, when these guys get on campus, it's just a different story. It's a different way they talk about FSU that we haven't heard in a very long time, ever since probably going all the way back to the early Jimbo years when he first got here. He was the head coach. It's like we're starting to hear some of those things. The way these recruits are talking about this staff is kind of the same way, in that same form. So definitely I had 3 or 4 guys on my list as far as commit watch, and I don't think they're done. I think it's gonna be a pretty solid weekend as far as getting some commitments out of this. I can't say for sure it's like publicly, but I think I just like three or 4 guys that are on this list that we have on the visitor list this weekend. I think they're going to be Seminoles. So
All right.
I think to get this guy as a surprise just adds more excitement to the weekend.
I imagine this was a take, like this was a committable offer,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Numbers.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I could tell definitely going into the weekend that this was definitely going to be a take. Just certain FSU people I talked to, they were hopeful, but they weren't like, it's definitely going to happen, that we'll be able to do enough to pull this off. But he was the message I got was very clear that he was definitely a take. And defensive end is where Trevion's always told me that FSU likes him the best. So that's it was never a question as far as him being a take. I think once he got an offer, it was pretty clear that how bad FSU wanted this kid, and man, he is a massive talent. That's probably, there's a good chance that kid can move all the way up to Rivals 100 type of material
It's
by the
128
end.
now.
Yeah, 128 already. So I think he's a really strong addition, and then you got several other guys that are 4 stars as well, like Bishop Thomas and Tavius Woody that are also there. So I think those are 2 guys they could definitely pull this weekend, among others. So this is a massive start to what is already an exciting weekend for FSU, and I can't stress it enough. I tell people straightforward, when I don't know, and this was a surprise to me.
All right. Well, you've dropped some of the names, so just to underscore it again, this weekend has just started, and you think the commits, it's only started too. The momentum they're building off this. So there's another name or two you think that's likely to happen. If I give you over under of 1.5, would you take the over or the under in addition to Trevion?
I would take the over. I think it's going to be more than that.
Let's go.
That's what I think. It's going to be more than that. I just got a feeling it is. Like I definitely think there's going to be at least one more, but I think it's going to be above 2.
What does this mean for the class then? Like, are they going to have this thing wrapped up by the 4th of July holiday weekend? I mean,
no, but there will be just it pushes other guys too to jump on board when you get guys committed. It pushes guys to want to get. You're always going to have room for guys like Marvin Jones Jr. or Elijah Pritchett or those kind of names. That you're definitely going to have room for those guys, but it definitely pressures the ones that are kind of on the fence. So it kind of speeds things up.
All right. Well, as Michael said, go to the PRB over on warchant.com for much more coverage of this commitment. Trevion Williams committing to Florida State, Mississippi product, just on the cusp of the Rivals 100 talent. So much more over at warchant.com and much more coming up this weekend. I'll be on a shift Sunday, so maybe I'll see you in person, Michael Langston. I'm freezing up. That's our cue. That's the cue to say goodnight. We're done. He's Michael. I'm Asal. Thanks for watching, everybody.